Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Patrick. Today's class is a Hatha style class, and we're going to work on an inversion called Forearm Stand. We do need a couple props to get this class going. Number one, you might notice that I'm set up at a wall. So for this class, you will need to be set up at a wall to do some of the poses that we're going to be working on today. Also, we have a couple of yoga props. I got 2 yoga blocks, a strap, a couple blankets, and a bolster. So when you're ready, grab your yoga props and then come and find any comfortable seat on your yoga mat. I'm sitting in rock pose, but you can sit in Sukhasana or any other shape that you prefer. Once you get settled in, go ahead and close your eyes. Let your palms rest on your thighs. And then start to cultivate a deeper inhalation through your nose and exhalation through your nose. Allowing your inhales to fill you up, letting your heart center become lighter. And as you're breathing out, allow your shoulders and skin around your neck and ears to relax. Take these first few moments to center yourself, reminding yourself to be fully present on your mat as you work through your practice today. If you haven't already, bring your palms together at your heart, letting your thumbs rest on your sternum, elbows relaxed. And when you breathe in, feel your sternum rising up to meet your thumbs. And as you're breathing out, keep your chest lightly lifting as you settle and let the skin around your shoulders, ears, and neck relax. Let your head bow towards your heart. Bring your palms to your thighs. Relift your head. Let your eyes gently open. So we're going to start today's class standing. And when you come up to stand, take a block with you. So we're going to start in a Tadasana shape, not the classic version with our feet together, but our feet are going to be hip distance wide. And then I'm going to take this block and I'm going to place it all the way up between my inner thighs on this middle setting. Once I have that, I'm going to take my legs from out to in, press my heels down, and stand up. Good. You want to take your buttocks flesh down and your tailbone in, and then lift your kneecaps as best you can. Let your palms come down by your sides, chest up, eyes on the horizon. So we'll start by bringing our palms together at our heart. Go ahead, interlace them. Breathe in, take your arms forward. Breathe out, lift your arms up over your head. Now, press those heels down, keep that tailbone in. If your elbows are bending, you want to take your arms from out to in. Get that full extension of your arms. Take a full breath in. As you're breathing out, tilt your head back without pushing your rib cage forward, just your head, and look up at the ceiling. Keep breathing in. As you breathe out, lift, lift, and lift. Excellent. Look forward. Take your arms forward. Hands to your heart, namaskar. Switch the interlace one finger. We'll do the same thing. Breathe in, arms forward. This pose is called Urdhva Badagulianasana, upward interlaced digits. So take those arms up. Wrap your elbows from out to in. You should feel your inner arms by the sides of your head. Breathe in. As you breathe out, gaze up at the ceiling. Keep that tailbone in. Take one more full breath in. And a deeper, fuller breath out. Good. Look forward. Arms forward. Hands to your heart. Palms by your side. Tadasana. Excellent. Relax for a second. Take this block out. Now, you're going to grab your strap. I'm going to do one more standing pose with Gomukhasana arms. So some of you may or may not need a strap. If you can clasp your hands, or you know you can clasp your hands, you won't necessarily need the strap. We're not going to use the block on this one, but still you want to feel that lift of your inner thighs tailbone staying in, pressing down through your heels, and your kneecaps lifting, just to make sure that those legs are very, very active, all right? So I'm gonna take this strap, I'm gonna place it over, let's place it over our right shoulder to start, okay? And then for this one, I am gonna step my big toes to touch, heels apart. If you need to, you can keep your feet hip distance wide, all right? Take your hands on your hips. Let's do that same thing. Press your heels down, tailbone in, lift your kneecaps. Take your left arm out to the side, turn your thumb down, wrap your arm behind your back. If your elbow is poking out like mine is, slide it all the way across your low back so that your upper arm, your bicep, makes a seal with your left rib cage. From here, walk that left hand up your back and either just place it there or grab the strap, okay? Take your right arm up to the ceiling, right by your right ear. Keep your chest lifting. Press those heels down. Now turn your palm behind you, bend your elbow. You don't want to move your head. Bend your elbow and either clasp your hands or find the other end of the strap and walk your palms towards each other. I'm going to turn around just so you can see my hands if you're unaware. So, heels down, tailbone in, hands either clasped or walking towards each other. If your right elbow is moving out to the right, wrap it in towards the side of your head. Good. Now, keep pressing those heels down. Take a full breath in. And now as you breathe out, lift your gaze a little. Let that upper back move in to support the lift of your chest. Relax your throat, your tongue, your jaw. One more breath here. Good. Relax your hands. Take your right arm up. Left arm down your back. Just open up those arms in a T. Spread your fingers wide. Hands down by your sides. Tadasana. Let's put the strap on the left shoulder now, or if you're not using a strap, then you don't have to worry about it. Hands on your hips, press those heels down, lift your chest. Take your right arm out, turn that thumb down, wrap it around your back. Make sure that you get a good seal, so slide that right forearm across your back so that the right bicep and right side of your chest are sealed, and then walk that hand up your back. You can grab the strap. Take your left arm up to the ceiling, press those heels down. Now lift your chest, turn your palm behind you. Without moving your head, bend your elbow, either clasp your hands or grab the strap and walk your hands towards each other as best you can. Good. If this left arm is wrapping out wide, then pull it into the midline so that it's right next to the side of your head. Breathe in, press those heels down, tailbone in as you breathe out. Lift your gaze a little and let that upper back move in towards your heart. Good. One more breath here. And a full breath out. Slide your hands down, left arm up, right arm down. Widen your arms, spread your fingers. Tadasana, hands down by your sides. Beautiful. Let's move this strap to the side now. We'll come back to it later. Okay, so now we're going to do some standing poses. We're going to use the wall today. So grab your 2 blocks. I'm going to put one block at the wall on the flat level, like that. And the other block I'm just going to hold in my right hand. First pose we're going to look at is Trikonasana, triangle pose, all right? So take your left heel and step it at your block, having that left heel right in the middle. And then you're going to step your right foot forward, about 3.5 to 4 feet. You want your right heel in the arch of your left foot, or bisecting the arch of your left foot, and then press your heels down just like we did a moment ago, straighten those legs. Take your left arm at the wall, shoulder height, right arm out to the right, block in hand if you're going to use it. Breathe in. This is a lateral pose, so reach this whole right side of your body out over that right leg. When you can't go anymore, bring your hand and your block outside your right ankle, left hand on your hip. Pull your head and chest away from that left hand and that left foot. Keep pressing that right heel down to lift your right kneecap. When you're ready, take your left arm up, turn your gaze up. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. One more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Hand on your hip. Press those heels down. You can come up, take the block with you. Parallel your feet, narrow them, step together. Let's do the other side. So we'll turn. Now we'll put the right heel at the block. Step that left foot forward about 3.5 to 4 feet. The left heel bisects the arch of the right foot. Press those heels down, straighten your legs. Right hand, shoulder height, at the wall, left arm out. Breathe in, expansive through your chest, arms, and legs. Reach out and over that straight left leg. When you can't go any further, bring that left hand and block outside your ankle, right hand to your hip. And you can just readjust yourself here. So press your heels down, straighten those legs, pull your head and chest away from that back foot at the wall. Take your right arm up when you're ready. Utthita Trikonasana, you can turn your gaze towards that right hand. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath, breathing in and breathing out. Right hand to your hip, press those heels down, up you come, parallel your feet, narrow them, step your feet together. Tadasana, chest up. So let's turn back to the first side again. Left foot at the wall, heel in the middle of that block, right foot forward. So now we're going to do extended side angle, Utthita Parshva Konasana. So same distance, heel bisects the arch of the left foot, arms in a T. I'm going to take my block with me. We are going to place the hand outside the foot today, okay? So chest open, breathe in, bend that front knee till it's over your heel. You can take your left hand to your hip. Same idea, this is a lateral pose. Reach out with that right side and arm, touch your hand outside your right foot. You can use your block, right? With your hand on your hip, pull your head and chest away from that foot. Excellent. Now extend the left arm right next to your left ear. Take a full breath in. If you want, turn your gaze towards the ceiling as you breathe out. Beautiful. Keep that back leg straight. One more breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Reach your left arm back, up to stand. Parallel those feet. Step them together. Let's do the other side. Switch the block in your left hand. Right foot at the block at the wall. Step that left foot out. Arms in a T. Breathe in. Bend your left knee towards warrior two. And then reach your left arm all the way out. Plant it outside your foot. Right hand to your hip. Press that right heel down. Make your legs straight. Open your chest. And then extend the right arm. Utthita Parshva Konasana, extended side angle. Take a full breath in. If you want, turn your gaze up as you breathe out. One more breath. Excellent. Right arm back, heels down, stand up. Parallel those feet. Narrow them. Tadasana. Chest open. Eyes on the horizon. Okay. We're going to move on to another standing pose here. I'm going to use only one block, so I'm going to put that block down. I'll take this block away from the wall. We're going to do Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1, with our knee facing the wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the block on this long setting, and when I get to the wall, I'm going to put the block on my knee joint, or on my patella, and in front of my shin, and then this side of the block will press into the wall. All right? So let's take this to the wall. We'll start with the right foot at the wall. I'm going to come onto the ball of my right foot right at the molding, put the block long ways at your knee, take your hands about shoulder height, and then start to step your left foot back. Ideally, you want to get your right sit bone close to level with the back of your right knee. Your left foot turning towards the top left corner of your mat. From here, take your arms up. Let your gaze go to the ceiling, palms together. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Take your hands to the wall. Grab that right block. Straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Step them together. Let's do the other side. Virabhadrasana 1. Now you'll put the block on your left knee. Okay? So I'll take the ball of my left foot to the wall, slide that block in front of my kneecap, hands shoulder height, start to step this right foot back, till maybe that left butt bone gets close to level with the back of your left knee. And then when you're ready, arms up right by your ears. Keep your chest lifting, take your gaze to the ceiling, palms together, squeeze those arms from out to in. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. One more breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands to the wall. Grab your block. Straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Step them together. Tadasana. All right. Let's put this block down. Last standing pose here. We're going to work on tree pose, Vrikshasana, and we are going to use the wall for our knee. It just gives us like a little stability so that we can really climb our way up through our fingertips. We are going to take our left knee to the wall first, okay? So we'll turn. You're going to be about a shin's distance away from the wall, okay? So I'm going to put my left hand on the wall, come onto the ball of my left foot, lift it, turn it, and then I'm going to take my kneecap and place it right at the wall here. And then I might grab my left foot and just place it on my thigh. So you want to get your left kneecap lower than your left hip crease, and then it kind of stabilizes that leg moving down so that I can press my right heel down and really lift up. Tailbone in, chest up, and then I'll take my arms up right by my ears, palms together, squeeze the elbows from out to in, Vrikshasana. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, pull yourself up, up, up. Excellent. One more breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Take your arms down, step off the wall, Tadasana. Let's do the other side, okay? Stand close to the wall, lift that right knee, place it on the wall, and then you can grab that foot and place it above your kneecap. The main thing is that your heel is not pressing into your knee joint, okay? And then with that right knee, get it secure on the wall there, and if you're turning towards the wall, make sure your chest is turning to the side, okay? Tailbone in, stand up nice and tall, press down into that left heel. And that right kneecap on the wall holds that right leg bone down so that the sides of your trunk can really lift up. When you're ready, take those arms up, and then palms together if you can get them, elbows out to in. Take a full breath in, and as you're breathing out, pull yourself up. Press that left heel down. One more breath, breathing in, and breathing out. Beautiful. Hand to the wall. Step down. Tadasana. Eyes on the horizon. All right. So now we're going to bring it down to the floor. We're going to do 3 poses in succession. We're going to do downward facing dog with our hands at the wall. We're going to progress then into a handstand with our feet at the wall. And then we'll move into today's peak pose, Forearm Stand, or Pincha Mayurasana. And then we'll wind down from there. All right? So let's turn to face the wall, and we're going to do downward facing dog with our thumb and pointer fingers pressing into the molding of the wall, and then the other 3 fingers extending out to the sides. So let's come onto our hands and our knees. From our hands and our knees, take your thumb and pointer finger to the molding. Spread the other 3 fingers away. Move your knees a little back from your hips. Curl your toes under. Breathe in. Lift those hips up and back. Breathe out.
Now, you don't want to feel like you're falling into your hands, so press those hands into the molding, straighten those arms, lift your hips. And you want to lift your hips so much that your legs can straighten. Imagine you have that block between your upper thighs, so lift your inner thighs, pull those inner thighs up and back, firm around your kneecaps. 5 breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. Let your head be relaxed. Nice deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Keep those hips high. Last breath, breathing in. As you're breathing out, lift your hips. And then tap those knees down. Sit up, rock pose. Let your hands settle on your thighs, eyes on the horizon. Slow your breath down. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to progress from down dog into a handstand now. We are going to leave our heels at the wall for this first one. Then we'll do it again and maybe take the heels off. Couple things. The first one, we just want to be a few inches from the wall. And when we hop up, we'll start with our heels at the wall. We'll come down. And then the second one, we'll play with our balance. All right? So let's turn to face the wall. Have your hands this time about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. Move your knees a little back from your hips. Curl your toes. Breathe in. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Step 1 foot in. Lift your other foot up. Look between your thumbs. Breathe in. Bend that left knee. Breathe out. Kick your way up. Feet at the wall. Look across the room. Crawl those heels up the wall. Take your arms out to in. Grip your tailbone in. Good. Now, we're not going to balance yet, but look between your thumbs. Take 1 foot off the wall. Reach it to the ceiling. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Switch the feet off the wall. Other foot off the wall. Tailbone in. Beautiful. Both heels to the wall. 1 more breath. 1 leg at a time. Come down. Sit up. Rock pose. Slow down your breath. Nice and tall. All right. This time we're going to work on handstand, and we're going to do the same process, except we're going to take 1 foot off the wall and keep it there, and maybe the second foot comes off the wall. If you tilt back and forth to the wall, you'll just keep practicing it. If you come down, you can either stay down or maybe hop up again. But let's work on this second handstand 1 more time. Face the wall, hands about 6 to 8 inches away. Curl those toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Step 1 foot in halfway, look between your thumbs, lift your other leg up. Keep that other leg straight. Breathe in, bend your knee, spring up. Heels to the wall, straighten your arms, tailbone in. Now look between your thumbs, just like Warrior 1. Take 1 foot off the wall, reach it to the ceiling. You can stay here, or maybe you take that other foot off the wall as well. Keep going up to the ceiling, up to the ceiling. And then 1 foot at a time, come down and rest. Rock pose. Slow down your breath. Okay. Here we are. We're going to do one last inversion today called Pincha Mayurasana or Forearm Stand. The first one might just be a prep. The second one could be all the way up. You're going to use a couple things. We're going to use a block like this, and we're going to do it facing the wall. But when we do it, our pointer finger and thumb, just like we had at the wall for down dog, are going to catch the side of our block like this, okay? That's step one. The second prop we're gonna use is a strap. You wanna measure like across your chest. If you have tight shoulders, you can go a little wider, right, with your loop. And what this does is that we're gonna put the strap right above our elbow crease, okay, right above the elbow crease here. What this does is that it keeps boundaries for our upper arm so that my elbows don't slide out. They keep them in and contained, so instead of my energy moving out, I can go straight up to the ceiling for Pincha Mayurasana, okay? This first block, you're gonna take it at the wall, all the way to the wall. Now, just know that when you do kick up, you're gonna be close to the wall, right? So just be aware, if you kick up very hard, you might hit the wall with your heel and come back down. So you wanna be graceful, or as graceful as you can be, and conscious and aware when you're hopping up, all right? So let's try the first one together. We're gonna keep our heels at the wall, and then we'll come down and rest. If you don't get all the way up, you can just do a few hops and then rest, all right? So we'll turn to face the wall now. My block at the wall. I'll take my thumb, I'm gonna tighten my belt just a little bit more. I'm gonna take my thumb and pointer finger on the block. My elbows under my shoulders, my palms spread. Now, curl your toes under, lift your hips, down dog. Some of you might just stay here, it's perfect. Otherwise, walk in, let your upper back move in, step one foot in, lift your other leg, breathe in. As you breathe out, either hop or a few hops. Heels to the wall. Press your heels into the wall, tailbone in, and then take 1 foot off the wall. Look towards that block. Excellent. You can switch your heels, and then one at a time, come down and sit up. Slow down your breath. Good. So we used a couple of things, right? The strap and the block. Sometimes these props are helpful, other times they get in the way. So you might have had one of those two experiences when we did the first one. So now you can decide, do you want to use the strap and the block, or just one or the other, or maybe neither, right? If you're working on this pose for the first time, you might have to explore what is giving you, number one, stability and strength in order to play with the balance, all right? I'm going to use both again, but you're welcome to either move the block or the strap out of the way for the second one, all right? So I'll put this strap again above the creases of my elbows. I'm gonna turn to face the wall. And now we are gonna play with balancing. And that might mean you might come down and try again, or it might mean that you balance for a few breaths before you come down. Thumb and pointer finger around the block, elbows underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, lift your hips. Walk your feet in. Upper back moves in towards your chest. Step 1 foot in, lift your other leg. Breathe in, hop up as you breathe out. Press those elbows down. Look towards the block, 1 foot off the wall. Maybe the other foot meets it. Spread your toes, go up, up, up. One more breath. One leg at a time. Come down and sit up. Slow down your breath. Excellent. You're free to practice that a few more times if you're feeling energized. Otherwise, we are going to start to unwind our way down now. So if you have that block at the wall, you can move it away. And then we are going to do a simple twist before we do one supported back bend. So I'm just going to sit up on my blankets here. Up to you.
Sit cross-legged. Relax my legs, chest up. I'm going to turn to the right hand behind me, left hand on my knee, head above my heart. Breathe in and turn as I breathe out. Good. One more breath. Breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. Unwind, arms wide. Let's turn the other way. Left hand behind you, right hand on that left knee. Sit up tall, breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. Again, breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. Good. Unwind, arms wide. Hands to your heart. Let your palms come down. So the last pose that we do before Shavasana is a supported back bend called Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. We're going to use a bolster, and I'm going to cover my mat, my sticky mat, with a blanket so that I can slide and my bolster can slide if needed. Otherwise, your hair can get caught on the sticky mat, or you might get your shirt pulled or something, and it's just not comfortable when you want to slide on your mat. So I'm just going to cover it with a blanket first. So, first thing, take this blanket, open it up, so that it's about the length of my yoga mat, like this. Then I'm going to take my 2 blocks, put them at the wall for my feet, and I'm going to use my bolster, and I'm going to use my strap. Now the strap this time should be about hip distance wide. Could be about the same as how we used it before. I'm going to guess a little bit more narrow though. Just going to contain our legs. Now this pose, when we get into it, it might take you a few times to put the position just right, especially if you're not used to doing this pose. So you might have to play with it. The main things is that your upper back, your shoulders and your upper back are going to be on your yoga mat, the back of your head on your yoga mat, and your chin slightly towards your chest, face parallel to the ceiling. We don't want our head tilting away from our heart in this pose, okay? And then there's going to be a nice opening across our chest. So we're going to start by sitting on this edge of the bolster. I'm going to put the strap on my shins between my ankle and my knee. I'm going to sit on the very edge and then use my hands to lie back. Now I'm going to hold the side of the bolster and I'm going to slide so my upper back coils over the edge of that bolster. I'm also lengthening the back of my head so that when I come down, the back of my head is on the blanket, and then I'm going to take my arms about shoulder distance wide in a cactus shape. My chest is fully open. My face is parallel to the ceiling. Breathe in from your hips, over your chest, down towards your armpits. And as you breathe out, let your abdomen empty down through the channels of your legs. About 5 or 7 more breaths here. Last full inhalation. And a deeper, fuller exhalation. So to come out of this shape, you're going to bend your legs one at a time, step out of the strap, and then straddle the bolster so that your feet are wider than your bolster. You're going to press your heels down, lift your hips, take your hands on the bolster, and push it forward towards the wall until your buttocks can come flat on the floor, level with your back. And then just cross your shins on top of the bolster. Let your palms rest by your sides. Whichever leg you have in front, just switch the crossing, put the other leg in front, so your legs are even. Then for final relaxation, Shavasana, you can turn your bolster perpendicular to your mat. So uncross your legs, turn your bolster so that you can use it to slide under your legs, your hamstrings, and then extend your legs out towards the wall. For final relaxation, Shavasana, palms up. Stay longer if you like. Otherwise, start to deepen your inhalations and deepen your exhalations. You can reawaken your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, bend your legs one at a time. And just roll to your side and rest on your arm. Use your hands. Come on up to sit. And find a comfortable cross-legged seat. Sit up nice and tall. Let your hands come to your heart, sealing in your efforts today. Let your head bow towards your heart. Go ahead, relift your head, let your eyes gently open. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this Forearm Stand class, and we'll see you on the mat down the road.